So I'm one of the directors of the opening of Attached, and I will be talking about the meaning I created and how I created those meanings. Um, First I think the soundtrack really evokes emotions from the audience because it is quite emotional and sad and quite gloomy. And I think it's gloomy because of its minor key and how it has crescendos and diminuendos throughout, and yeah, it relates closely to how the protagonist feels and conveys a lot of meaning and makes the audience understand the protagonist a lot more. I also used color grading. I chose to use black and white because of the feedback I received from my peers and also my teacher that it would make the scene more gloomy and more emotive if I used black and white. And I think it definitely did make it more gloomy, and I think the audience have to concentrate more to understand what is being conveyed and have to look closely for the emotions that are present in the actors' facial features as well. I also think the acting of our protagonist and antagonist was really great because it shows the emotions very realistically, and it also makes the audience feel that they're in that situation, and I think that is very successful. The pace of the editing was also quite slow, which I think links to the fact that the protagonist, Leah Cooper, is also slowly trying to get over the fact that her boyfriend is dead, and also trying to get used to that new lifestyle, and but also kind of trying to not break down right away, but leads up to the climax, which is the breakdown when she saw the ring. The costume design was designed to create a lot of meaning, which first is the black dress the protagonist wears. That is to foreshadow the fact that Alan Porter, which is the antagonist, is dead, and that she just went to his funeral. And it also symbolizes dark endings and just sadness in general and gloominess. Yeah, and the fact that she changes into a white shirt after also shows that um, it that she's trying to move on. It gives a sense of moving forward, but also innocence, because of how white symbolizes purity. The props we used were lilies and clothes, rings. These all lilies are just used for funerals in general, so we just tried to incorporate them into the scene to show the sadness and the regret from death, obviously. And the ring is to symbolize closeness, the love, and the lost opportunities because of the death. Overall, I think the opening was quite a success. However, I think there were some changes that could have made it better. The opening had a lot of grain in it, and there were some angles where there were cameras that could be seen, which I think if we had more time would definitely be worth it to change and make it better. However, with the time we had, we could not. There were also issues with some sounds and just some angles in general. So I think we could have addressed those parts more.